Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our Divine Femme Collective reading. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. You'll definitely find a message if you're here to balance out your own energies or if you're here to check into a twin flame connection. So right off the bat, we do have Queen Esther coming out for us today. The morning star, my ego is in service of my soul and I trust my soul's divine timing. So this is absolutely beautiful. I apologize because everyone may not agree with this, but she is essentially a Hebrew princess or queen, right? Queen. And she is someone who she was born with another name and then became Esther, the morning star, because she took initiative in her life and she followed what her soul was telling her to do in order to save not only herself, but also her people. And there's something very much interesting that she's coming out for us this week, because the ultimate thing that we've been seeing is this need to trust within the divine timing. But this is also Spirit saying that you are working within the service of your soul. You are working to understand exactly your ego and what you want to accomplish within this life and why. And so I'm hearing looking around to what's really important to you and what you really want to achieve in life, and to understand a little bit more around what those things mean and the steps that you've taken in order to achieve those is going to be so important. And that's going to really help reveal to you how certain timings has made sense to you over everything, because there's certain lessons that you had to learn. There's certain things that you needed to know, and you would have never learned those things or come to realize those things if you hadn't gone through certain experiences. So this is really coming out, and I do believe it's coming out again because there is this severe energy right now around checking in with how we got to become the people that we are today. And so Queen Esther is just really wanting to reaffirm that energy and understanding that you have made those moves. You have made certain choices that have gotten you into this place exactly where you were meant to be. And so it's just time to understand how your divine timing is really working with you so that you can better know when to move and when to rest. Because I know there's been a lot of struggle around understanding the when it's go time and versus feeling bad about staying down for too long. And so going into the tarot that we have today, so we have the Five of Wands coming out for us today. So very interesting, because that really is just telling me that there has been a lot of, it's interesting. So there's been a lot of petty arguments is ultimately what I'm seeing coming through. I'm seeing that there has been a lot of competition around you as well. So whatever you're working on, I'm seeing too that you have been feeling uninspired because there has been a lot of competition and you thought maybe it would be more clear cut. Something too coming forward in regards to the twin flame checking in is that there may be multiple suitors that are coming forward to you right now. And so you're really, you thought you would know immediately who your twin flame is, and that's not really happening. Instead, you're feeling this need to fight and navigate and to struggle in order to understand exactly who is the one meant for you. And so the main thing I'm seeing from the advice that I'm seeing from this Five of Wands, though, is to keep going within this energy. Understand that this competition is meant to happen. This friction is meant to happen because that's how motivation is born out of it. Because if it truly was so clear and cut, you may not have believed in it as much. And so now you're seeing this competition factor happen. And I'm not saying they're competing for you. I'm saying there's just people are seeing that, again, this is more for the twin flame. People are seeing maybe that others are interested in you. And so it's having them feel like they need to step up their game and show you what they truly mean to you and what you truly mean to them. And so it's instead this kind of energy. And then for those working on a creative project or any kind of career path, this is coming through as well, that I'm seeing you were really followed to apply for a certain position. You were called to start a certain project and you thought it would go super easy because you're like, is this not what I meant to do? Does this not help me with all the skills that I've had so far? Which is why you're needing to understand the experiences that you've had to get to this point, because that is what Spirit is saying, is that you are just experiencing this so that you can truly understand your motivation and have it be rock solid as you move forward, because things will not always be easy. So you're learning certain skill sets right now to navigate when things get a little bit more troubling, when this friction does happen, because it is a natural part of life. And so next we do have the Four of Swords coming in. So this is right away telling me that we do need to go ahead and take a break, especially if you are feeling burned out by all this competition, especially if I'm hearing from the twin flame partnership, it's making you more confused than enlightened. It is time to draw back in, to understand that right now that you can trust within the divine timing of everything that is happening. I'm hearing too, maybe you need to take a step back so you can work more thoroughly on this project, on this focus that is really troubling you, because ultimately you're getting a lot of other words, a lot of other people commenting on the situation, and that's not really benefiting you. So I'm seeing like maybe you, a couple of things. So if it's for a relationship, you took it to your friends really early and before things were perfect. And so your friends kind of just bring up the bad things, not necessarily that they aren't discouraging you and your partner, but that they are trying to be protective possibly. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to look at your friends as the bad guys if they aren't necessarily the bad guys, but understanding that maybe the energy that they're giving and introducing to you isn't really beneficial for helping this growing relationship at this time. And then same thing with the project that you may be working on or the career path. Maybe you got really excited about a certain position. You're like, I really feel like this is the one I'm meant to be. And what's coming up is not only this competition, but then you have others who are like, well, maybe you should look into something else, or maybe you should do that. And that's why you're needing to understand and get motivated again. So take this time away and understand that you are meant to be working on this practice. You are meant to be working with this individual. You are meant to be where you are in your life right now, and understand truly why, and get remotivated again and recommit. Okay, next we have the Nine of Coins coming out for us. So I absolutely love this after hearing all of that, because this is a moment, a card of relief, especially as we move into that Four of Swords energy. We're wanting to then step into this moment of relief and understanding our own personal power. And through that personal power, we will find abundance. So that could be abundance of income, that could be abundance of love, but it is abundance of some sort that just comes through with your own type of personal power. So really, I'm seeing there's going to be a lot of manifestation that happens after this Nine of Coins. So this week is definitely more about understanding who you are and why you are and when you are. So just really answering all of those questions as to how you got to this point, why you want to keep moving from this point, and in what direction you want to go and why you want to do it. And just understanding exactly what it means to be supportive to those around you and how to still be an individual as well. Okay. And so next we have our Oracle of the Angels. And so today we have Source of Life 36. So I absolutely love this, because what's very interesting about this is that I am getting straight away that this is a card telling us to have peace within ourselves, to reconnect to that source, understand exactly why you started doing these things, why you started down this path, why you agreed to that first date maybe, and understanding too how life has changed since then and why it has changed in certain ways. So for those I'm seeing in a long-term relationship, if you look back at the first date, that may have been so long ago that now when you look at it now, you're like, well, what really changed? And this is the questions that you do still need to answer, because those changes were meant to happen. As individuals, as people, we are always evolving, we're always changing. And so understanding how we're able to do that with those around us and keep them within our realm circle, or understand how to create new boundaries, new distance that we need in order to let ourselves fly a little bit more freer into the person that we're trying and to become. So ultimately, this is just a beautiful confirmation to come back to all that makes sense for you, come back to why you started this journey, and really connect with spirit. I believe most people who are on this channel have a faith of some kind, and so just understanding and connecting to that faith yet again. So if you need to do a little bit of spell work, if you need to just pray, if you just need to meditate and not let your mind think, if you just need to go for a walk and again not let your mind think, then that is what you need to do. But however you need to connect to this source, spirit is encouraging you to do that, because you have everything you need within you is really coming forward. And then next we do have number 15, awareness, coming in. So this is absolutely intriguing to me, especially right after the Source of Life, because we're seeing this beautiful pause, take a break, and then become aware into the situation and understanding just how beneficial everything has been for you, how everything has come together into this beautiful alignment. So really understanding that you need to pause in order to take note and come into awareness around what is happening within you and around you. The other reason why I'm saying this is so important is to understand this awareness and to bring this into your realm is because there's certain things with, especially with this especially with this Five of Wands and then the Four of Swords coming out, you are seeing a lot of the external and you are getting tossed and turned within it rather than knowing exactly who you are and navigating through it. And that's why you're needing this Four of Swords energy, because you need to take pause before you can truly understand exactly where you're at. So it is just reaffirming constantly. So for everyone here, you are needing to take a break and turn away from everyone around from you so that you can tune into what's happening inside of you. And through that, you're going to see, okay, I can understand why this person made this comment now, and I can understand how I can respond better. Or you can say, I didn't handle the situation the best way that I could, and I let my emotions get the better of me. And that's okay, because then you're going to take that step back and you're going to realize like, okay, well, how can I turn this into a better situation? Or do I simply need to let this go for good? And it's all about returning to that source and understanding exactly why things are coming in the timing that they are. Okay, so these next ones are going to be self-care cards. Ultimately, though, you can also use them, hopefully, for date ideas, too, if you are looking to figure out a way to reconnect. Okay, so we have Sing coming out for us today. And I absolutely love this. It's very clear cut. You can do it with a partner if you want to do it karaoke or if you just want to play music and sing along to it. But really, this is a moment from Spirit saying that you have not let yourself come through. You have not been using your voice in a very positive way lately. And so this is a great way to reset that energy. Okay, and then we also have sound healing coming up. And so the most interesting thing about sound healing is the fact that it is also in regards to, also because it is in regards to what you are hearing and how your body is vibrating. And so understanding truly that things just kind of aren't vibing right, aren't resonating right with you right now, is because your own energy has taken on too much, and so you need to clear that out. So singing is one way to do it, and then sound healing is another if you don't really feel like singing. And this is something too if you would just want to do a simple meditation and sit and listen. Or you can also put sound healing on in the background as you do something else. So you always just want it to be something that resonates with your body. If it something, I think too often people will just choose a sound healing and be like, oh, I like this just clangs and bangs and hurts my nerves. Then choose a different sound healing vibration. There's so many other variations of it. There's also this app called Insight Timer where they can use certain bells, and so you can do it in a certain way to where you can use as much sound healing as you need to within your regular practice. And then next we do have positive affirmations coming up. So absolutely love this because this is again Spirit coming in and just encouraging you to understand exactly how great and wonderful you are within this lifetime, how you have gotten into this place. Because a lot of times when maybe we take on a new job, a new partner, and we think it's going to be all bliss and blessings, but sometimes there's a little bit of upsets, there's some frustrations, there's some arguments, because ultimately you are dealing with people who are not you, who do not think the same way as you do. And so sometimes a positive affirmation can help change the narrative a little bit for yourself. So again, this is Spirit coming through saying just how much you need to change the energy within and around you, and through that you're going to be able to resonate and connect more with those around you, because you're going to bring yourself into this beautiful awareness. And then last and certainly not least, we do have our sweet treat. So I absolutely love this coming out for us today because it is a perfect way to treat yourself. It's a perfect way to look into maybe how your tastes have changed. So maybe your favorite treat from when you were a child is not the same as you are as an adult. And maybe ask yourself why that is. Because sometimes, I think we all like to take certain personality tests. And so sometimes that is what's being highlighted within this energy, is the ways that we have changed over our lifetime. The other thing too that I think is so sweet about this is make your favorite sweet treat and you can share that with your partner, and you can also encourage them to make their own, and then you guys can talk about why you like those treats. And so it's a nice simple way to get to really know each other in regards to your taste and your preferences without truly needing to have such a groundbreaking conversation. So it's a great gentle way to introduce a personal conversation. And plus you get a snack. Okay, and now we actually do have some affirmations for us today. And so first we have, I breathe in love and exhale fear. And then next, we have, my thoughts manifest, my beauty hold. Okay, there we go. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to choose them. Yes, change your energy so that you can further manifest and understand where your power is. And then last but certainly not least, we have some of our Dragon Oracle coming out to just let us know a little bit more about what we can expect this week. And so right away, the first card we have for you is Independence with the Titanium Drake. So definitely seeing the fact that you are needing to draw away, understanding exactly how independent you are. Again, you are not seeking codependence with anyone. You are seeking interdependence. And there is something to understand that you do lose a certain part of independence when you do start to work within a relationship of any kind, whether it's a working relationship, or romantic, or a friendship. It is always going to require a little bit of understanding where that person is coming from so that you both can maintain your independence as individuals while coming together to create a new entity. Okay. And then the next thing we have is Sleeping Dragons, Rest and Recharge. Okay, and this one actually flew out, so definitely resonates with the message that you need to pull back your energy, understand a little bit more about what you're working through. And what did I say earlier too about our divine timing, understanding when it's go time versus rest time? So right now, this is your confirmation that this is a good time to rest. So if you were nervous about where you're at in this moment, this is your confirmation that you can go ahead and rest, take your pause. Nothing is going to miss you that is meant for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end it there today. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. Please do not forget to comment below and gain some support from a like-minded community, even if it's just me. And I will always see you guys next time. Blessed be.